In the future, I have questions about Zero's motives. Is he a killer? Did he murder Iris deliberately? And also, oh my god, we're finally going to finish this game.
He's a menace!
He is a menace.
Welcome back, Space Cadets, to Hal Dave's Trip to Jupiter, where we finally finished Mega Man X4 once and for all.
Yeah, this is a long time coming. It feels like I'm closing a chapter book on my life right now. Because...
Well, let's not be too hasty on that one. I could just leap onto these spikes for the next 5 lives.
I'm gonna murder you if you do.
You'd be warranted in doing that. You'd also be no better than Zero.
It's true. Zero who kills his girlfriend and soldiers?
Dude, his friends and loved ones feel his drunken wrath.
It's true. Zero is just a murdering machine, man. He is the true monster of this game. Now kill the spider.
I mean, that becomes a thing in the Zero series.
Killing spiders?
No, like Zero. There's like some characters who regard him as a god of destruction.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. To be fair, like, I don't know, I can see why the Cataclysm thing, it could be a thing, because of, like, how they build up Zero in these games.
Because it's the whole idea that, actually, you know what? I'm going to save that thought for later. Because we're going to see some cool cutscenes soon.
That is true.
Because they blew the animation budget on Zero, as we already noticed.
Yeah. You gotta wonder, like,
No, like, notice how many times we've seen Zero in his animated cutscenes versus X.
True.
Because Zero's in his opening cutscene. Zero gets an extra cutscene replacing the boss fight with Colonel at Memorial Hall. And then, you know, we still got one more, like, good Zero cutscene before the end of this game.
Zero cutscenes.
Yeah, so, like, X literally only appears in his final cutscene, which is, like, super disappointing. You can just... Like, no wonder I preferred Zero... Because he's the character that we actually hang out with, as opposed to X, who's just like, oh, you chose to play as the easy one? Cool.
To be fair, I guess that was the point of just trying... I guess, like, it's...
No ride armor makes this guy a lot harder. Oh yeah, check this out. So Raijin Geki does a ton of damage.
Raijin Geki.
Oop. But it's got so much wind-up.
That is a lot of wind-up. A lot of wind-up. Maybe too much wind-up.
Yeah.
Wind up like my mental state!
Now, Dave, don't get too wound up over here.
Well, Zero just killed his girlfriend, so, you know, I'm only channeling his rage.
If you pay attention, when Magma Dragoon explodes, he's got a few longer frames of white at the end to cover up for the part where he would have his cutscene.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
It's kind of dumb.
Well, you know, it's one of those things just like, you do what you gotta do.
Old-timey game design. When the programming was held together by popsicle sticks and duct tape.
It's more... No, to be fair, sometimes they also do staples.
Actually... Oh, nope. If you get it just right, you can, like, catch him with Rising Fire. Yeah, I'm not doing it just right.
Yeah, I can tell that. But, you know, you have the talismans in the background, and you can give them to Uncle so that way
Magic must defeat magic!
That is... Yeah, as you can see, I am now down to Jackie Chan adventure references.
It's what you do when you don't know what to talk about during the Mega Man X boss rushes.
It's true. Well, to be fair, we kind of are going through the same motions again right now. And I've already discussed how, you know, it's like a really time to test your skills and all that bullshit in an analytical way that will clearly make me compete with Aaron Hansen.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think you guys have played Mega Man X4 on your channel, so,
Well, I'm just thinking of, like, how he tried to do the sequelitis in his Mega Man X1.
That is the only one where he raises any valid points.
It's true. Like, I know, like, he, like, the 3D
That's
versus
right,
2D...
calling out big YouTube channels over here. Look at the kahunas on Hal and Dave.
Oh, I don't mind calling out big YouTube channels on occasion. On occasion.
Just remember, Darkside Phil still has more subscribers than we do.
Admittedly, I have a secret dark goal where I actually want to make... You know... Our goal... Look, at this point, my goal is to try and somehow get more subscribers than a guy I'm going to call...
Alright, you know what? Cut. What, we're still rolling? Alright.
Yes. I'm just going to call...
Anyways, we're going to continue this boss rush over here.
Look.
Change subject. Zero looks so cool on the side there.
But yes, we should get
Oh, no. So Jet Stingray, we didn't have his weakness before.
Oh, yeah. We have that
Jet
now.
Stingray. We can spark Mandrill Syndrome this guy.
But now, like...
God, this boss theme gets stuck in my head every time.
But now, like, that's my big... But my big goal is to try and get more subscribers than Darkside Phil, or at least a bigger Patreon than him.
So, I remember, like, way back in the day, there was, like, Winamp was the thing. I don't even know if it's still a thing. But I remember my friend had it, and I thought it looked really cool to play music on it. I would get, like, MIDI files from, like, VGmusic.com, like, remixes of Mega Man stuff. And I liked the Winamp player because it had different skins on it. I remember I would put them on, and there was, like Dragon Ball Z. I had, like, one of Cell.
Yeah.
Because, man, Cell Saga was cool.
It was cool. No, I just remember back... No, I remember my friends got me into Winamp. I used iTunes like a filthy Mac casual that I was for years.
No, actually, for Winamp, there was actually a skin I really liked that was like Macintosh Chan or something. But it was like some like mecha space waifu in like a Apple-themed bikini.
That's her. Like, no, I'm... Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
Stay awake just long enough to complete this Let's Play.
We're almost there!
We're almost there. We're in the final boss
Oh.
rush. I understand how the final exciting moments of the game can put you to sleep.
I know.
Given this boss rush. Man, like, boss rush is a good idea in theory, but not always in practice.
I think it's one of those things of, like, I get it, why it's there, it's neat.
Well,
but,
okay. Boss rushes are cool when they still provide a challenge because you're like, oh no, not this villain that I have to fight.
You know...
And then I have to fight this next one back to back.
I got to admit, Beautiful Joe actually does have a challenging boss rush.
Yeah, like if they're... You know, if it's a challenge and you're like, okay, I need to budget the amount of life that I have left after each fight in order to survive, that's cool. But, like, this game is just kind of like... I mean, and unfortunately, it's all Mega Man games are kind of like this, where it's like, well, got their weakness, so I can watch them flinch all over the place and explode.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everything is your bitch.
Everything is your bitch.
Except for this guy. He's not a bitch.
He is a lion man.
He has no real weakness with Zero.
He is a lion-o. And he needs to call his Thundercats and roar. Or take Zero's sword and yell that out.
His magic slicing stick?
His magic slicing stick is his you-know-what. And by you-know-what, I mean his claws. What were you thinking I was talking about?
Sometimes hard to tell with you.
To be fair, it is very hard to tell with me. But you have to believe
he got
in
me his jaws.
God.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was cool.
That's actually cool. Man, we actually saw something, and it only came...
Okay, see, this guy is like a good boss rush guy because we can't nerf him to hell.
Yeah, but you're still... Yeah, you kicked his
Yeah,
ass, though.
We actually got Zero down to his damaged animation.
Zero's just like, oh god, I gotta hold my arm!
Cramp. Shouldn't have gone in the pool after eating.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. And now, the final. Will Zero win? Will Zero die? Will he become Pie?
Pie in the sky. Oh, except it's this guy. He's a real fun guy.
I think it's time to split. God. I gotta admit, I do like the rainbow glowing effect they got there. That's kind of neat. And here comes the confetti.
Yeah, so you can completely reset his pattern by hitting him with Raijingeki. You know, I actually looked up the translations on all of Zero's moves, and they're like really cool stuff. Because Raijingeki is like Thunder God Strike.
Oh yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it?
Raijingeki! Yeah, or like Ryujin is like Rising Dragon.
Okay. That makes sense. Like, you know, we have all these interesting techniques.
I appreciate that they left them in Japanese.
Fair enough.
Goes because Zero's Z-Saber seems like it's always meant to be a katana.
It very much is. Though I do have, like, I have the figure at home, and his Z-Saber has a nice little effect part that makes it, like, flurry. But it looks like a big, like, laser stick most of the time.
Big laser stick, you say?
That's what I call, that's the official scientific terminology.
Ah, I gotcha.
It's a big laser stick.
Big laser stick.
And we're about to fight him.
Alright, get ready for the most inconsistent conversation in all of Mega Man.
How's that even possible?
You're Sigma, so it was you. Haha, simply brilliant. You even defeated Colonel Iris.
You made me do it! What?
I did it because of you.
I did it because of you! You're not my dad!
No, you wanted to allow me to remind you that I was once the leader of the Maverick Hunters. And, yeah, we're just gonna put down the controller and have fun now.
Commander!
Where's that red Maverick that wiped out
Oh.
Karma's unit?
Wow, they have that whole thing where he doesn't have the eyes yet beforehand.
Not like, okay, so
Personally.
this is supposedly the scene that gives us those iconic scars of Sigma.
Okay.
The Maverick Hunter X OVA may retcon that. It's kind of hard to say.
Sigma just got repaired for the first time, and
Zero just being a cool dude. He's like, who dares interrupt my coolness? I feel like this particular scene is where all the budget really went to.
yeah, that's very much so.
Even then, it's still very like 90s on TV budget.
I've seen worse. Look, compared to the actual Mega Man cartoon that was airing at this point.
It looks yeah, as good, if not better than that.
Yeah, that's not even getting into. Okay, that one was definitely repeated up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you're right. This fight is actually really good. That face.
Yeah, I like Zero's slasher smile. He's just like, oh, that hurt. I like it. It's like, finally a challenge.
Yeah, like this one goes all out. I'm impressed.
Although, okay, this part bothers me to no end. Sigma pulls out his beam sword, and Zero gets a pipe. Which is apparently equally strong to the beam sword.
Zero knows how to harden pipes. It's not just a pipe, it is a steel pipe.
Then he's just like, screw it. They have their big, like, single-stroke duel, and Zero still wins, without a sword. I admit, the look of terror on Sigma's face is special.
That is so special.
Because, you know, he's this villain who's been, you know, terrorizing the player for all this time. For like 5 years since the series started. And Zero's just like, yeah, I'm gonna have my way with you. Until Daddy Wily gets involved.
Wow, they, like, I used to read, like, things that basically said that, like, it's only ambiguous that he was created by Wily, but I mean, come on!
Oh no, like, this game is super explicit that he's created by Wily.
Once you have a W and you're being talked by Einstein, you're basically Wily.
And they're like, oh hey, we knew Sigma could... What?
To the repair center.
I can see what you mean by the retcon with scars there.
Yeah, so like, you know, the right side definitely shows that that must be where his iconic war paint / scars come from. But then, like, X gives it to him in Maverick Hunter X, so... But that's considered, like, an alternate canon.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so here's where the conversation gets really inconsistent. Because he started that cutscene by saying, let me remind you I was the leader of the Maverick Hunters. And then he comes back, Zero, you were a Maverick? It's like, wait, what? I forgot that you gave me my awesome scars. You made me cooler by touching me.
Touching me.
He was touched by coolness.
Well, you know, Well,
touched by coolness over here.
Well, at least you're ready, man. Oh my god, that's a Quintesson!
We had a huge boss fight in this during X's campaign, and you said nothing about this. Why are you seeing it now?
Because I'm actually looking at the background. And
I know, it's so weird. That background reappears in, like, the Game Boy Color game or something, Mega Man Extreme.
Oh, yeah!
Those games were actually really cool when you think of it.
Look, it's trying to make Mega Man X on, like, an 8-bit console.
Yeah, they actually did, like, a really good job of adapting the things.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I actually enjoyed them, and that was actually my first exposure to Mega Man X.
Yeah, because Mega Man Extreme 2 brings in Zero as he plays in X4, and so I feel like they did a really good job.
That is as best as you can make it, really.
Yeah, this boss is really easy once you understand that it's like, he appears above you twice, and then he does the sweep.
Okay.
This one, you can, like, manipulate. Yeah, Sigma's in love with Zero.
Well, of course.
Well, no, because, like, he's obsessed with, like, why is X, you know, supposed to have, like, this unlimited potential? Actually, I just screwed up. You're supposed to hang on the wall long enough for the scythe to hit the wall so he doesn't do this pattern with the boomerangs.
Ah.
Otherwise, you take a lot of damage. It's very hard to avoid.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, laser eyes!
Yeah, there we go. Did that right. Yeah, Sigma's just a lot harder to hit with Raijin-Geki. Which is still his weakness, though.
Fair. Like, his weakness is...
Yeah, but, like, okay, so other Mega Man X games, it feels like there's kind of some fanfare. Like, oh man, you worked so hard to defeat Sigma's body, but now he's got a super battle body. But it's like, here, it's just like, of course he's got a battle body, he's Sigma.
At this point, like, the Mega Man X formula has been so set in stone, that's like,
yeah.
Why bother?
I mean, this goes back to what we were saying right as we were fighting this in X's campaign, too, where it's like, it's a little bit by the numbers.
A little bit. And Sigma and his weird, wired face down there.
And this one you just, forgot they swept along the floor so fiercely. Oof, there we go. This one you can kind of manipulate whether it blows you or it sucks you in.
Okay.
Depending on your placement relative to it, because it's if you're farther away, it will go for, like, throwing you into the spikes. Which, it's more an issue for Zero because of the whole range thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, he has only a sword. He doesn't have a buster. Only Mega Man X gets the buster.
Yeah, which is funny considering Zero was, like, known for having a really strong buster early in the X series.
Well, they had to differentiate each other. They had to go through different phases. And Zero's just going through his edgy teenage phase.
You know, that's funny that you say that because I feel like Zero and I both went through our edgy teenage phase together. Yeah, I finally didn't get hit by that. And Zero declared it's not over yet, so I think that's time to use a sub-tank. Damn it. Yeah, if you destroy those heads real efficiently, then you don't have to get hit by them.
Basically, just take him out and you're just good to go. But yeah, you are almost done. Like, it is impressive
Yeah.
how...
Honestly, in the realm of, like, difficult Sigma fights, Mega Man X3 has this one beat.
And Sigma is dead once and for all, and the world returns to
Actually,
peace.
yeah, like... Yeah. Yeah, so it's really like the same story. Like, Sigma is very incidental in this story. It's just like, yeah, I was the bad guy. But the whole Repliforce thing is much more interesting because they were supposed to be like a private army made up of Reploids that were trying really hard to coexist with the humans, and then Sigma framed them.
Well, you know, you win some, you lose some.
I mean, at this point, yeah, there's been enough Maverick uprisings that Reploids kind of scare the crap out of humans. And we
And
get the
there
same
goes the
Space
Rose.
Lotus.
Woo! Well, I guess we figured out what he was fighting for. And is that a UN Spacey logo?
It might have been.
That
This is
wouldn't
cool.
shock me.
Zero under construction.
So, this is what happened to me. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. Iris!
Please stop, brother! Zero!
Iris! Did we Reploids all turn out to be Mavericks after all?
It's a really, like, kind of profound line. Because it's just like, oh, you know, free will.
Free will is
Free
a
will
thing.
happened.
Well, that's Mega Man X4. We finally
Yeah.
finished this damn game at long last.
Took
And
us
all
long
it took
enough.
me was losing sleep.
A little bit of sanity somewhere down the line, but
I
hey,
know.
space madness is a thing.
Well, thankfully, Bamboo produced this.
Thank you, Bamboo.
We'll always think of you when we play this game.
You're a very strong weed, I'm told.
Mm-hmm. We appreciate that ring. A weed. I don't know anymore. But look at all these amazing animators we never heard of.
I think we did that much faster than X's campaign, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we finished it. It's done.
Zero is so fast-paced, but that's part of what's really fun about his gameplay.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. I
Like, you know, I keep saying it. Like, X's game is, like, very solid. Like, that's how Mega Man X is supposed to play. But then the Zero is definitely, like, the standout of this game because you haven't seen it before.
Yeah, no, Zero's gameplay looks fun. Though I am afraid since it's like the hardest one, I wouldn't want to start off with that.
Oh, no. Like, it definitely takes a certain amount of practice to try to avoid a lot of enemy patterns because where X can kind of tank hits once he's got the armor, Zero cannot. In fact, okay, so there's a password in this game that you can put in to start X with the ultimate armor where he has all armor parts plus infinite Nova Strike. X has a code, or Zero has a code to play with his black armor.
Okay.
The black armor does nothing. Except make him look even cooler.
Alright, fair.
I know, the price for being awesome.
Well, we can now move on to our lives and actually do Mega Man X5.
Oh yeah, we're good. I feel like that's gonna be a big one for us.
Well, tune in next time, and hopefully we won't have to record it 3 times. Night, everybody.
No, we gotta hang out here till the blurb.
Oh God, yeah.
Where they continue to tease us. Like, I don't know how long they thought they were gonna tease us for the whole like X and Zero fight.
Well, you know, they're just gonna have to. They're just gonna tease us
Because they've been doing it since 2, and it's like, well, when did they think they were gonna have that fight?
probably sometime around 3.
I guess like shifting console generations and stuff probably like made them change their minds on when they might finally like try to end the series.
Presented by Capcom.
They probably didn't want to end it here because they thought that like they did so much work developing a new game engine, they might as well use it for at least 2 games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here we go. The battle has ended, but for some reason, Zero's memories of the past continue to haunt his mind. As a hunter, it is his duty to go after those mavericks, and at the same time, he knows that it is his destiny to defeat his friend one day. 2 different people, 2 different fates. In the future, Zero's decision will lead 2 great hunters to tragedy. The future is coming. Incidentally, there is like the longest gap in releases between X4 and 5 in the entire series.
Wow.
It's like 3 years.
That is long for X. Since
Yeah,
X
this is like 97, and like X5 is like 2000.
Shit,
Like
at this
PlayStation
point-
2 is coming out.
At this point, X is almost a yearly franchise.
Yeah, really.
Well, like I said, we'll see you later, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, Space Cadets. So glad we finally got through Mega Man X4.